Happy Black History Month. It's February, Black History Month, which really should be 365 days. But we get a month, so we'll celebrate that month. So I have the crew with me, and we even have a special guest with us. I'm going to let my crew, of course, they got to say their names and let you guys know they're here. So let's start over here, and then we'll go all the way around.
All right, my name is Christian, and I go to Clark. My amazing principal, Mr. Anderson.
My name is Jamari Wiggins. Yeah, that's it.
And our special guest.
Yeah, special guest.
Hi, my name is Maisha. I'm with the Office of Student Protections, CPS.
And I'm the second special guest. My name is Khalil. I am a freshman at Michelle Clark.
And, of course, anybody who's listening to this podcast all know that you're not a special guest, that you are part of the team. Yeah. So because it's Black History Month, we wanted to take some time and just have some conversation around that. Mm-hmm. So here's the question that I want to kind of pose to you guys first. What do you feel like you've learned about Black history?
Are we going in a row or
just pop it out?
Me personally, I learned that it's still gonna be modern day slavery. It's really no change in it, no matter what we do.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna come back to that. Why are you moving his mic?
Oh, this is Mike. Oh, I feel like I learned a lot about Black history. I don't really know what to say.
Okay.
I feel like I learned a lot more stuff like that needs to be known. Like, you know, Jesse, what's his name? Jesse.
Now, if you got to ask his name, Jesse Jackson,
James,
Reverend.
Jackson. Yeah, him. So, like, I don't think really most black people, we don't really know about him. We just learned about him after he died. Like, so he wasn't popularized until he died. And then it was other people that's like really coming to the surface that we didn't know of.
So,
because they trying to hide.
Wait,
it.
who you said again?
Reverend Jesse Jackson, who just passed. So let's talk about that for a second. He was really popular to the people of the work that he did. I think that as he gotten older, maybe we didn't do a good job of still talking about all the work that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know that he worked with Dr. Martin Luther King?
Yeah, I just learned that.
Right. So died. I think there's a lot of missing pieces. And so I'm going to turn over here and say, like, why is it that they don't know?
I think there's a few answers to that. It comes from educational systems. Like from my background, I went to a predominantly Black elementary school. Mm-hmm. So I learned a lot of Black history in addition to my mom like giving me that history. And so the second part of that is also within your family, are these conversations happening?
Mm-hmm. So when you heard about, and this is to any of you guys, but when you heard that Reverend Jesse Jackson had passed, and then you start seeing all these things that he had done, like with Operation Push, Operation Bread, working with Dr. Martin Luther King, what jumped in you guys' head?
Like, only like, I don't know, like, I feel like that's like, how can I say it? I feel like, I don't like it because, like, we just started, like, after he died, like Chris said, after he died, we just started learning about him. Like, he became more open to, like, the world and stuff. So, like, I don't know, like, it didn't feel really.
It felt like you maybe somebody kind of shielded you from something, maybe, or didn't tell you? Okay.
He didn't tell me about his work or nothing. Like, he just became, like, I just started learning about his work after he died. So, it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like, like what you said before, as Anderson, you was, like, only people in his field knew. But now, like, after he died, he got popularized, like, mostly, not the whole world, but, like, most black people now.
Because people now are giving him the flowers.
Right,
maybe
like,
you guys there should have been something that you would have been able to see the flowers prior to this. You want to add anything?
To hear that.
What's that?
I'm saying that it was so sad to hear that, like, for your generation, he seems like his death became memorialized. It's like, oh, who is this person? When I first moved to Chicago and I went to Rainbow Push, I was so excited. I was like, I get to go to Rainbow Push and meet Reverend Jackson. And when I felt like he was a celebrity the first time I saw him, I was trying to get his autograph. And you got to like, oh, this guy. It's just so interesting to get that juxtaposition.
And we're not saying that you guys saying that is wrong. It's just we're really trying to analyze, like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Did you guys know that he ran for president?
Yeah, I just learned that. Like again, after he died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so most of you guys think the person that ran for president, the first black president, was Barack Obama, right? But he ran for president twice.
He got a lot of votes too. He got like a meal, close to a 1.3 meal.
Yeah, so he was doing a lot of things, and even to be there when Dr. Martin Luther King got shot, But let me say this. So we want to give Reverend Jackson honor for the work they did. And I would really push and really push you guys to look to see like the things that he's done, because this is now in your lifetime, right? Mm-hmm. But I would also push you guys to start thinking about, man, who else have y'all not told me about? Or who else have I learned about? Right? Mm-hmm. Like you've seen these shirts and these writings of how many black creators we've had. So name some things that you think black people created. Stoplight. Mm-hmm. Peanut butter.
What's that called? Like it's something with technology. I forgot about it. I just learned though. It was something with technology, like with the phones. But it's not. I don't think like we made the phones. We made something with the phone. We added on to it.
So here's why I bring that up. If you guys don't know like the people that stood before you to do this, how then you know to move forward with those people who did something for you, right? So let's think about you guys for a second. How do you think you would feel if, okay, I'll use me. Let me use me and then you guys, okay? So you guys don't know anything about what the school looked like before you got here, right? You know because of your brother. Yeah. Like that we didn't have a football field, that we didn't have, the tennis courts and the parking lot and all that. So what if you came here? What if somebody else comes here 4 years from now and we got a huge gym outside, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all know the struggle it took to get this huge gym. Y'all know we got signatures and we did all this to build it, right? Mm-hmm. And they come in and say, no, Michelle Clark's always has this gym. How would that make you guys feel? You'd be like, wait, we didn't. You don't know what people had to do to get that.
Right. Yeah. I'd be angry. It's like, ain't no way you just coming in and talking about, yeah, we had this gym our whole life. Michelle Clark been had this gym. Like, now we work for this. I'm the reason you got this job. I just want to be mad.
So it's the same thing when you think about, like, Dr. Martin Luther King. When you think about, I'm going to push y'all to keep doing these creators. So y'all going to have to think about other black creators. I don't want to give it away. But it's the same thing when you start thinking about all these people who created something that you think were always here. Like, it took somebody to sit and then figure that out as a black person to say, what did Madam C.J. Walker do? Okay, so she did hair products and all that, right? Yeah. So had she not done that, would you really be having styles right now? Or maybe somebody else would have came up with it later, maybe. But the fact that she did it, we don't even think about that. Everybody just think that that's what we do.
In addition to being a great businesswoman too.
And she was a great businesswoman.
Yeah, I learned about her. I watched the whole. It was a movie on Netflix. Our reading teacher had us watch it, and we did like a little summary on it. I watched that story. Yeah, so
I would challenge you guys to look and say, you can go on the internet and say, name me every invention that black people created, right? And then once you do that, say, man, what would the world been like without that? So you said the stoplight, correct? Mm-hmm. So what would the world be like without a stoplight right now? Everybody be crashing.
Nah, they have somebody in the middle of the street.
Like, right. Yeah,
maybe not.
That's a good idea, yeah.
That would be somebody coming up with that idea, though, but maybe not, right?
Yeah, we're a lot different.
Yeah. So when you think about history, I want you to always think about, like, when I'm gone, and when I say I'm, like, when we're gone, what will people remember that you created? And wouldn't you want them to remember you created? Like, how do you think Reverend Jesse Jackson's family or people that knew him, how do you think they feel right now going, wait, you didn't know all this work he did, that's why you here? Because you said how you would feel if all of a sudden somebody came and said, we always had this gym. And you're like, no, you don't know what we did to get this gym. So how do you think they feel?
Disappointed.
Disappointed? Why disappointed?
We're not disappointed, but like they'll feel like how would I say it?
Could you ask your question again?
They'll feel like.
Okay, I will.
Like they would feel like now since he died and stuff, and you heard about all the good stuff he did, and now you want to come and support and stuff like that. Like they didn't support him while he was alive, and they ain't really care about him when he's alive. So like, yeah, they'll feel disappointed because like now why would you want to come support him?
So he had a huge support group. Yeah. The question is that support group and maybe us as adults didn't do enough to get you guys to be a part of that support group. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So the question was, like, how do you think his family feel out of all the work he's already done and all the things that he's done? that nobody.
Who you talking about?
Reverend Jesse Jackson. We can say, I don't have to say Reverend Jesse Jackson. I could say Dr. Martin Luther King. I can say Madam C.J. Walker. I could say, Carver Washington. I could keep going to people that have done something.
That's like people that's famous that I most definitely heard of, like Martin Luther King, Madam C.J. Walker, and Jordan. Like I've most definitely heard of them. Like,
why do you keep pushing this mic?
Is they all dead?
I don't know.
Are they all dead?
They're all dead. But how do you think that feels?
I'm gonna be honest, cause y'all tell me who Reverend Jay was.
Okay, we will.
But I feel like no, cause I feel like they feel disappointed because like he didn't get his credit, but like all them three people they got their credit, but like he didn't get his credit while he was alive. Well, he did have a big fan base, but he didn't get the most credit as them. So like that's what I feel.
I think his family would be like he said, disappointed because people not educated on what their son, like, or their family member did. Jesse Jackson. I think they'll be mad because like nobody's educated on the greatness that he pushed out to the world.
Yeah. So, in case you didn't know, you want to talk about Reverend Jesse Jackson for him?
Put me on the spot.
I mean, just a little bit. You don't have to go through the whole everything, but.
I mean, outside of people knowing him for someone who worked with Dr. Martin Luther King, he also was an activist. He in different communities. He went to Africa multiple times to ignite activism over there and support. He has been showcased in a lot of like shows like Sesame Street to show empowerment. I can't remember his slogan.
He helped to bring people back from different that were in hostages.
It
was down with dope, up with hope. Yeah. So he even had the slogan. I advise you guys to go look at that because you should know those things. But also I want you to start thinking about like when you're gone, because none of us are gonna live forever, right? But like, what do you stand for now? Based off of somebody's shoulders that you stand on, right? Like we're not the first group of students to do a podcast. So there was some students that did podcasts before us, so we're standing on their shoulder, right?
Ain't we the first 2026 podcast?
But I'm saying podcast in the world, right? So we standing on somebody else who did it, right? Just like I stand on the shoulders of principles that were principles before me, right? So they did so much, the next one did so much, the next one did something, then I came and did something, right? Just like you guys will eventually be seniors and there'll be freshmen who will stand on your shoulders because you will have created something different. The school will look different because you will create something different. And so I want you guys to continue to think about that but to know where you're going and what you're representing, you have to know what happened before that because history will repeat itself if you don't know what's going on in history. So I challenge you guys to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing, I'm going to move over to something that you guys do know because I want to still talk about history. When we talk about history, you guys keep up with sports. So tell me something about history and sports. Okay, we always argue about Michael Jordan. So let's not talk about him.
All right, could you tell me the history or the exact date the football field was built?
It's been 2 years now.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, if that football field wasn't here, I probably wouldn't have came to Michelle Clark.
So that means somebody thought about you. So I really want you to hear this. That means somebody thought about you saying, we need to build it for somebody to come and play football. Hopefully. And that was you, right? But the same thing, we're talking about a new gym now, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys are in agreement. We need to build a new gym because you want to play on it. But you need a new gym because there's some other people that are coming along that need to play. And in your mind, that may be an NBA player that'll come. That'll come out of that, right? And so that's part of legacy. Like we doing this, not just everything we doing now is not for the right now. Some of it is for what will happen in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want you guys to think about that as you go. So even if we talk about rappers, if we talk about people, everybody got their start somewhere. But like you guys know all the history of a rapper because you keep up with it. But like certain rappers.
I will say there's certain topics that come close to heart for all of you, depending on your generation, right? And I think legacy helps connect us to what informed us to go further, right? And so when we think about people like Martin Luther King or Reverend Jackson, right? They built a legacy based on activism and bringing communities back together, right? And so who are the people that your generation looks up to that's going to help inform what your legacy, I can't speak, looks like for tomorrow? I think that's what I'm hearing as well, right?
And I think you guys are the leaders to make that happen, though. But you got to decide, like, why am I here? I'm here to do something. You can't tell me that, like, Dr. Martin Luther King, and some of the other people were like, oh, I just stumbled on saying, let's work for, let's talk about injustice. Let's get, racial discrimination. Let's get all. Some people don't just wake up and say that's my call. Some people walk into like, oh, I see this has happening. I got to figure out how to make this a difference. I see that we need a bigger gym. Mm-hmm. So how do I play a role in making it a bigger gym? A bigger field. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so those are the things that become part of legacy. But those are also the things that then you have to look back and say, well, what did they try first? Or what did they go through to try to do that? How did racism impact what they did? Now, how do I learn from that to try to still make this happen? What are your thoughts on that?
That's a hard task.
I don't think it's that hard of a task.
It's a lot of work, right?
It's a lot of work, yeah.
Because there will be people that would discourage you. Do you think everybody who has been successful have people behind them like, you got it. Oh yeah, you the man.
I mean, like, you need that because it's gonna be a bunch of people that come your way and tell you that you don't got it. You ain't gonna never have it. So I feel like you should have somebody that's gonna tell you always got it and you never gonna lose it.
But if you don't have somebody, how do you in your soul say, this is what I'm born to do? This is my calling. Because think about, even as a principal, you think every day I wake up and come here and say, this is my calling. I know they said this. I know they just had a fight. I know this is still my calling.
Hopefully.
Some days I want to be like, I want to go home.
It's not fair to us.
But do you get what I'm saying? So in whatever your calling is, you're never going to have 100%. You guys have to decide, like, this is my calling and I have to stick to this. And I have to make everybody else see that dream.
You got to have discipline.
But you got to make them see the dream.
You really want to do it. Like, it's like, well, sometimes you really don't want to do it, but then it's like, it's like, how much do you feel about this thing, and like, how much do you really want to do this thing that you keep pushing on? That's how I feel about it.
So I heard a quote, and the quote went like this: the best ideas are lying in a cemetery. Because people had the best ideas, but never acted upon them.
That's what I thought, but what happened?
Right. So I just heard something on YouTube, right? Where this guy, he had like invented some with technology. It was like he could hold like a lot of data, like a lot of videos, over 1,000 gigabytes worth of videos, and just like compress it in like small, like
a USB drive.
Nah, like it's on the web, like it's a cloud. You just compress it, so you have a lot of more data to use. But when he had this idea, like, he tried to get it out. He tried to, like, people tried to steal it though. So he decided to keep it. He was gonna spread it around, like, try to use it, make a business out of it. But then he died, like, the next day.
Yeah, most people never follow through. And I always look at, what can I invent or what can I create that when people do it, they're like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Right? So I even think about, like, the difference between a fork and a spoon. Supposing all we were eating were with forks. And somebody was like, no, there's a way to scoop that up. And they created a spoon. And then people are like, wow, it's a spoon. And everybody's using it. You think about just little things that maybe, this is a prime example. For a long time, people used to have to hold their mic when they talked, right? Yeah. And somebody was like, no, let me put a handle and put that right there. And you don't have to hold it anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
But that's in all of you guys.
Yeah.
That's in all you guys to say, I can be the one to create something. Mm-hmm. I can be the one that could create something that will make a difference in everybody's lives.
I'm curious, since we talked about legacy and the people that inspire us, who are the people that you think of that promote legacy for you?
Mm-hmm.
My parents.
Your parents?
That's like where legacy all really started from. So.
Okay. Anybody else?
What was the question? Like, I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't either. I had to just answer.
Oh, well, I wish you guys would have stopped me and said, wait, repeat that. And so we're talking about legacy, right? And we all, at some point, get something that drives us to do more, do better, right? Sparks an idea. And I'm asking you guys, who is that person, whether it's a parent, an entertainer, or whatever that is inspiring you to do more, do better, or enter a field to create a legacy for yourself?
Me myself,
definitely my brother. When I at first I didn't really I don't know. I don't think I really liked basketball. I liked football a little bit more when I was younger. But then when I seen him play basketball, it inspired me to play basketball, and I just thought it was better than football. And it's just now I play basketball because of him. So most definitely him.
I forgot his name, but it's like this black lawyer that I saw he went from nothing to greatness, right? He one of the best lawyers in the world, which made me want to be a lawyer and continue his legacy, be one of the greatest black lawyers. Cause I want to grow up and be a lawyer, I feel like it's gonna be fun. Something I want to do every day. Something I want to spend my life on. So I want to that's somebody
like a Johnny Cochran or
something yeah. Okay. I just don't remember his name. It was a specific lawyer.
Okay.
You said what?
You a good liar?
Oh. You don't gotta lie to be a lawyer, bro.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You just have to make people see your truth. That doesn't necessarily mean you're a liar.
So what if you defended somebody that's guilty? You gotta lie.
You have to make people see your truth.
How do you know he lying?
You can manipulate the truth. You can manipulate the truth.
But how do you know he lying?
The following question is: have you ever thought about who allowed you, or who paved the way so that person that inspired you to become a lawyer, or the person that inspired your brother to become to play basketball, to make room for them to be in that space? Have you ever thought about who that person was that created that space for us?
Yeah, I know who created space for my brother.
Who created that space?
Derrick Rose. That was his favorite player.
Who created the space for Derrick Rose?
I don't know.
It wasn't me.
And that's what the conversation we're having, right?
Right.
Michael
Is
Jordan.
who created those spaces for us to be able to be activists, be able to be lawyers, to be doctors, to be in a room to help the people that are in our community that look like us.
Yeah, who made us say, man, if he did it, I can do it, right? And so even when we talk about that, none of y'all wanted to be principals, huh? I guess I ain't did a good job on that one. No principals yet? No principals? Okay. I got to work hard on this. But you think about people who help that person so that you can see some of the things, and you study that, because once again, if you don't study the things they did to get over some humps, you could be repeating that same history. So, Derrick Rose made it, but how many times he didn't make it? You see what I'm saying? And how many times did somebody say, no, we can do this, Derrick. No, we can do this, D Rose. We could, And then when to open up his business, that was a venture to say, I'm going to do people might have not taken it, but how did I make sure? What people want me to help? And what mistakes did I make along the way? And I'll still make some mistakes, but how do I continue to be good on that? So I think that's important to look at. So as we wrap up, I need to remind you guys, because when we come back, I'm going to ask. Y'all got to find some black inventors.
I know some black inventors.
You said some, but I'm saying find some black inventors. Let's talk about what would have been like if they had not invented.
Also, if a white person was invented or somebody it wasn't invented.
So black inventors, and what did they create, and how did it change our lives? Because many times we don't think about it. And when I say inventors, I don't necessarily mean inventors like they created the podcast or whatever. Because if you think about it, Dr. Martin Luther King fought for equality, right? And so he would be somebody who invented or created that. And then what was the result of him doing that?
Could they be
I know somebody right now.
Nope.
I can't say it.
No, you can't. Because we out of time. So join us back. You got to hear what these guys, they got to do this homework. So you got to hear what these guys say. And of course, we got to get back to you before the end of February. But we can always make Black History Month in March, April, May. I mean, there's no way we don't turn black still. It's Black History. It don't stop. It's like hip hop. All right. So thank you. And on that note, Clark out.
She ain't gotta let it